Hey, my name's Jack, and we got some more info on the event that GDG announced, which seems to be called the Legacy of Phrecia, which introduces some Ascendancy classes that never quite made it into PoE 1, but are going to be available for this event. So we got the Gambler for the Duelist and the Harbringer for the Witch. Let's see what we got. Let's go top left, clockwise. Risk aversion, 50% chance to avoid elemental ailments, 50% chance to avoid being stunned. That's really good. There are gnomes on the tree which give both of these. Especially in the ranger side of the tree, you have chance to avoid being stunned from one gnome, which gives 40%. And then you can just hit like another 10% somewhere else, I think from a mastery, from the resistance mastery. That way you hit 100% chance to avoid being stunned, which makes you stun immune. Very good. Same with elemental ailments. Really easy way to get immunity on both of these. Risky exploit 25 minus 25 to all elemental resistance, 50% chance for elemental resistance to count as being 90% chance against enemy hits. It's kind of meh. Like the fixing the elemental resistance is easy, but this is only 50%, right? So it's like a coin flip, like every time, like do I get it? Like, do I die or do I not die? Is like the question. It's it's mediocre. Like, it's not bad. It's not good. I'd say. Reversed odd have a 50% chance to treat enemy monster elemental resistance values as inverted. I think there's another mastery which also gives this. I wonder if they stack. That would be pretty good if you could make the stack. I don't think you can reach 100%. But like 75% alone would be like really, really good. I think like monster resistance like T14, like T16, it's like 66%, and then like rare mobs is like somewhere in the 90s, and unique bosses like 100 plus. They're overcapped. So that would put you at like minus, right? Like negative negative resistance values do not have like a limit, like maximum resistance, right? So when you hit 75%, your maximum, and then you need maximum resistance. When you hit negative modifiers, you can just keep going. You can hit like minus 200. It's possible. So this one is really good, especially when you can like additionally um curse the elemental resistance to go even lower. Damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky while you're on low life, overly confident. That's really good actually for low life builds. There are some low life builds which use like which reserve life and then have energy shield, and that's like a really big layer of defense, especially when you have evasion. Tails, heads. Oh, it's one of the choice notes. Okay, chance to block spell damage is unlucky. Chance to block attack damage is lucky, and that one is the other way around. Um, this is not good because it has these negative modifiers. Why would I take an ascendancy that has a negative modifier? It doesn't make sense. I want my character to be better, not worse. Unless the modifier is so good, like the positive modifier is so good that I must take it, then the negative modifier outweighs the positive modifier. This is bad game design, and I wish they would stop doing this. This is like the kind of design I've also seen in Path of Exo 2, and it really needs to stop. Spectacular parlay, your critical strike chance is lucky, damage with the hits is unlucky. Mm, this is kind of fixable because of Risada's coil, and I'm guessing the way that it works is you always roll minimum damage, right? So you want to increase your minimum damage roll as much as possible while still critting. I think this is still good because like lucky critical strike chance is hard to come by. Growing accumulator, 50% chance to deal triple damage, 30% chance to deal double damage, deal 25% less damage, right? So this mode is literally not worth it. There's no reason to take this. Like 25% less damage is really, really bad. The only way you would ever take this is if if you're one of the builds who has like fucking 100 million DPS, right? So the 25% less doesn't really matter. But then you wouldn't take this Ascendancy because you'd rather go for the defensive Ascendancy because you already do 100 million DPS. Um, this one is like kind of like meh, disappointing on the left side. The right side is actually kind of good. Let's see what we got for the Witch. Harbringer. Increased energy shield recovery rate, increased mana recovery rate, grant summon greater Harbinger of the Arcane. This one comes from the sword called Rippling Thoughts, and it gives you Arcane Surge. So it gives you additional cast speed, and it gives you mana regen and more spell damage. It's not bad. The buff that it gives has a 4-second duration, and it has an 8-second cooldown recovery, right? So it's active for 4 seconds and then goes on cooldown and comes back. It's kind of periodic. It's not super good. Like free arcane surge is good, right? But like if you look at the Inquisitor just like gains arcane surge. The same with the Hierophant. They just gain arcane surge whenever they want, right? Increased area of effect of hex skills. Tempo change has no reservation if cast as an aura. That's really good. That's actually really, really, really good. Temporary, and then it has increased area of. Oh, that's actually really good. Like especially as a caster, that's actually like a layer of defense. Like temporary chains, especially the higher like effect of temporary chains, which you can totally hit. So you would put like temporal chains and then discipline, obviously, to hit it as an aura, and then you would try to increase its effect with a passive tree. You could probably use more area of effect. This might be you might be able to hit like screen wide temporary chains aura for no reservation. This node is actually really cracked. Immune to curses while channeling, unaffected by chill while channeling, unaffected by shock while channeling. That's really good. So, especially because Cyclone is a channeling ability, and there are Cyclone builds which use Cyclone to summon minions. Like, for example, another one is Cyclone Detonate Dead, right? You Cyclone, you summon corpses while walking, and then you detonate the corpses with Detonate Dead, which is linked by Castwalk channeling for the Cyclone. That's actually really good. That's another really good defensive layer. There's also some other like spells which have channeling, which are really good. Like Divine Ire is really good. And some other ones I can't think of right now. Buffs on you expire 30% slower. Debuffs on you expire 30% faster. That is the Headhunter buff. Oh my god! I didn't think we'd see this again. This used to be on an amulet, basically, called Solstice Vigil or something like that. And people used to use it together with Headhunter to purposefully tempt curse themselves. So the Headhunter buff that you get from the Headhunter belt, right? So you kill monsters and it would, like, all the buffs would, like, expire slower. So you wouldn't, like you would keep the buff longer left for map clear. That's really good actually. And debuffs expiring faster is really good too. Grants summon greater harbinger of focus. I actually do not know what this does. Let's look it up. So this is one of the the immortal will. Wait, no, it's a shield. Okay, so summon greater harbinger of focus. Immunity status ailment, stun immunity, 20% damage reduction, immunity curses. Wow, that's really fucking really good. That's actually broken. How long? 4 seconds, 8 seconds cooler, just like the other one. This one is like 10 times. Sorry, wrong one. This one was like 10 times better than this one. Like straight up. I wonder if you can increase like the uptime of this buff from your minions somehow. If you can get this to 8 seconds, you are perma immune to ailments, stuns, and curses at the same time, and you get 20% damage reduction. That's really fucking good. And then is the summon Greater Harbringer of Time. I'm guessing this one has to do with cooldowns. Yeah, increased action speed. Action speed is really rare. It's only 10% though. It used to be 20%, but then they nerfed it. I wonder which one is being used here. Is that the only thing that... Oh, that is the only thing this gives. That's kinda bad. Like comparing the Harbinger of Time to Harbinger of Focus, like I'm obviously gonna take Focus. Increased cooldown recovery rate is good though. It's actually pretty good because you can use it together with the buff expire, and then you can do some trigger builds with this Ascendancy. Overall, this Ascendancy is actually not bad. It's missing like a defensive, like a hard defensive layer. It kind of has one, like over here, but not really. And it's missing like damage nodes. That is what we have so far. I mean, I guess I can kind of see why these didn't make it into the game, honestly. But then again, I think there's like some hidden OP here. I think there's some hidden OP here which people are gonna figure out. There's gonna be some unique item interactions which I can't see right now, which is gonna make this really broken. I think you might be able to take heads, and then you can use the new shield from the Settlers League to make your attack damage lucky again. It depends on how unlucky interacts with lucky when you have both at the same time. Um, yeah, that is what we have so far. What is this? What is this? Alluring Vault, corrupting. Oh, corrupting Tempest. Haven't seen that one in a while. That's really good. That's gonna be for some farming strats. If you like, leave a like, leave a subscribe. See you around.